Hello and welcome back to another Darktide guide here on Broadside Gaming with me, Zug. So today we're taking another look at the Deimos Mark IV Blaze Force Sword, and thanks to some helpful comments under the videos, especially from Bob the Beautiful, yeah, we've changed it a little bit and we've made it so much better. So after looking around at some of the other videos floating around the internet, come to the conclusion that Uncanny Strikes is goddamn amazing. So 15% rending on enemy weak spot hit for 2.5 seconds, stacks 5 times. Obviously if you get a rank 4 of this it'll be 20%. I have not yet found a rank 4. And what rending does, as it doesn't actually explain it to you anywhere in the game that I found, is it's an armor penetration buff. So you can stack that up to over 100% with the rank 4. And you can absolutely decimate crushers, bulwarks, maulers, reapers, all of them. And all you need to do to get the buff, weak spot hit. And then you've got some lovely, lovely rending. And to make it better, you activate the power. And boom goes the dynamite. So why this works better on the Deimos than it does from the Ilias, or the Illis, sorry, is that, as the same with the original Force Sword, which is the Obscurus, when you power it up and heavy attack, you actually hook onto them. So they basically get glued to your sword and drawn in slightly. Whereas with the Illis, it doesn't. But for the Obscurus and the Deimos, your force attack actually glues you to them. So it's actually really fucking good. So a couple of rending stacks. I know they're going to fall off before I do this, but and you can two-hit a crusher on Damnation, which this is on at the moment. Everything you see me do in the meat grind is on Damnation. So yeah, the rending is just silly. It's turned the Deimos power sword into, oh, the Force Sword, sorry, into one of the strongest weapons in the game. First hit. Second hit. Oh, it would help if I didn't mind burst them at the same time, but you know. First hit. Second hit. And it works on crushers, bulwarks as well, but obviously don't hit them in the shield because you'll do nothing. The rending does just chew through their armor. And obviously I'm using the mind burst thing, as you saw. It will occasionally pop, but that's just, you know, a lovely little bit of extra. So how am I running this? Let's have a look. I do have 2 of these now. So the one I'm currently using the most is not the superpower setup. This is the safer way to go about it, I'd say, because I've got deflector, which means I can block the fucking gunners, and Uncanny Strikes. And as the perks, I've got 20% to carapace armor and 25% to flak armor. So with those, again, I'm increasing the damage I do to them, and with rending, that's just making them fall apart even more. But for the, I'd say, more aggressive version that I run sometimes, it came with crit hit chance. I've left the crit hit chance on there. Added 25% damage to carapace armored enemies, and I've put Slaughterer on there. So every time you kill something, you get a 10% stack of power. For 2 seconds on kill, stacks 5 times. So this, you'll just be doing very silly damage to things. But you do lose deflection, which I find in Malice and Damnation, or Heresy and Damnation, the last. Basically, Legend and Cataclysm, I can't remember the fucking names for them. 4 and 5. Deflection does actually help quite a lot, especially when you're stuck out in the middle, being shot at from all angles. Being able to block bullets and get yourself somewhere safe is incredibly useful, though you do lose a sizable chunk of melee power. But I tend to prefer losing that bit of power for just not being turned into Swiss cheese. Annoyingly though, it doesn't seem to work with sniper shots. Sniper shots just blow straight through you. So just keep that in mind, folks. But yeah, so rending, uncanny strikes is what you want. I do have slaughterer on there. Do I destroy a very good Illis to get marked? Oh, I don't know. That's a question for another day. But yeah, uncanny strikes though. If you're playing a Psyker and like the Deimos Mark IV Blaze Force Sword, I do prefer it over the Ilias because it's incredibly accurate. Most shots are headshots. It loses a little tiny bit of cleave, but I don't think it loses that much. Like the first stab is obviously a straight shot to the face, but everything else is actually quite cleavy. I would say all round the Deimos is just a better version of the Illis, especially because of that they glue themselves to your sword. And you burst the brain. But yeah, that is my updated little guide to the Deimos Mark IV Blaze Force Sword. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's helpful. And if it has, like, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications, and let us know what you think in the comments. Are you going to be using it like this? Have you got a different way of using it? If you've got a different way of using it, tell me. I'll have a look at it. Might make a video out of it, I'm happy to make videos on all these things many, many times. I do like people telling me about stuff because it's useful. And then I can share it with everyone else. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks, and I shall catch you next time. See you later.